Hey everybody, this is Rob Vegas. I'm checking in from Melbourne, Australia, and of course we're back with another chat about a movie, which is cool. And of course we are continuing on with movie months. So welcome back to the show. And of course, physical media, DVDs, I absolutely love them. I know I'm a bit out of date, but I have got rid of my old VHSs. So yeah, DVD is the way to go. Today we're going to be talking about A Bridge Too Far, which is a 1977 epic, and I mean epic in every sense of the word, war film, which is based on Operation Market Garden, which was a plan that the Allies, the good guys, came up with to basically bring the theatre of war in Europe to an end before Christmas in 1994. Well, not 1994, far out. No, 1944. It would have been wild if it was in 1994. That means they could have listened to some Pantera and stuff like that to G everyone up, and Megadeth and all of that. Anyway, I digress. 1944, Holland, the Netherlands. The Allies, the good guys, have come up with a plan to bring World War II to an end by parachuting a hell of a lot of dudes into the Netherlands at various points and seize bridges which lead on this highway directly into Germany. And if the operation is a success, then kaboom, the Germans are cooked, war over, everyone can be home by Christmas, happy days. However, of course, as history knows, and we look back and research these things, Operation Market Garden went a bit tits up and arse over, and it didn't quite work out as they planned, but they did have some victories along the way. This movie is a dramatization of said events, and it is big. Now, the director of the movie is Richard Attenborough, who you'd be familiar from. He directed quite a few films like Gandhi and many others. And of course this one, A Bridge Too Far. He's famous as well, of course, because he has appeared in a ton of movies across the years. One of his biggest roles, of course, was also The Great Escape. And if you're lucky, we might cover that in an upcoming video. But stay tuned for that. Now let's talk the cast in this film. Now, the cover of the DVD is pretty nondescript. It's just got a soldier just rallying his troops across this bridge. Could that be the bridge that is too far away? You find out in the movie, that's for sure. Now, as I said, the cast. We've got Sean Connery. We've got Michael Caine. We've got Anthony Hopkins. We've got Robert Redford. We've got Dirk Bogarde. We've got Edward Fox. We've got Elliot Gould. We've got James Caan. We've got Denham Elliott. We've got Ryan O'Neill. We've got, you name them, they are in it. We've got Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman as well. My goodness. This goes off because it's got a great cast. Now, there is a reason for the cast as well, which we'll talk about in a second. But first, we'll talk about the movie. This is an absolutely cracking dramatization of the events of Market Garden, where they really go into a lot of detail about the operation and how it was put together. So you see a lot of scenes of the planning and them assembling the troops, as it were, and how that all goes into it. And then, of course, we get the operation itself, which is set across like this highway with these bridges on it, and they parachute their troopers in on these bridges, and there is a convoy led by Michael Caine which leads up the road to save the day. And there's a ton of action in this. Like, it's not over the top action, it's kind of real gritty, documentary style action where they, tell the story. And as it occurs over such a wide theatre of war, and a lot of locations, one of the reasons, or one of the things in terms of the cast having such recognisable actors, is as the movie jumps between the various locations, you can sort of go, well, hey, there's Sean Connery, he's in Arnhem, and there's Anthony Hopkins, he's battling at the bridge at Arnhem. So it kind of helps having these recognisable actors in these roles, as you can sort of go, oh yeah, that's that guy, this is this part of the operation. And oh yeah, there's Robert Redford, he's at a certain bridge there at Nijmegen. And then of course you can use the actors as kind of like a surrogate to bring you into the story and know where it's at, because this operation is complex as, and as I said, the scope of it, there's like 100 kilometers or something like that, which, so that's about about 60 miles or so, or it could be more, I might be wrong, but yeah, it really helps you drill down onto where the action is and what's happening, and yeah, helps you to keep track of it, because this is a really dense story. Now, they actually filmed pretty much a lot of this on location in Holland, so you're getting the real authentic feel of how the troops would have been parachuted in, and how the guys going up the highway, how they're hitting the gas and doing their best to get from point A to point B to rescue the paratroopers that they have to get to, in terms of supplying them, and also beating away the bad guys, who are, yeah, the Germans, of course, given the World War II setting. Now, they use real tanks, real parachuting. On that note, the parachuting scenes are absolutely spectacular, because they really pretty much filmed the Operation Market Garden parachute drop for real, and it is huge and done. It's mind-boggling to watch. Now, I'm going to throw it down. Yeah, I've been giving out probably too many of these 5 out of 5 Rob Vegas scores, but this one gets it in spades. And if you can get the DVD, you're in for a real treat, because it comes with 2 discs, of course. The first one being the film itself, and the second one is packed with documentary extras. So they interview some people that were as part of the operation itself, and give you like a real context as to what, why, where, how, and all of that about how the operation panned out. And you hear some first-hand stories from the troops that were involved in it, and it's fantastic. And also, of course, they interview some of the cast and also the production team as well, so there's a lot to be packed in. Now, this is one of those you're going to have to set aside an afternoon for this, because it goes for almost 3 hours. That might sound like I'm stretching the friendship if you're going to be sitting down and watch this, but it whizzes by, because there's a lot of action, great character moments, and of course the all-star cast just bring it together and make it an amazing movie experience. Now, this one came out in, of course, where are we? 1977. So it didn't do too well at the box office, because apparently there was some kind of war movie set in the stars that came out at the same time that was quite... Okay, yeah, so we had some kind of technical difficulties there and a bit of beeping on the camera, but anyway, we are back to wrap it up with A Bridge Too Far. Like I said, 1977, epic war film, great stars, great cinematography, a really rousing soundtrack, and a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a long movie, as I said, but you're gonna have a good time and learn about one of the not too very publicized or celebrated acts of heroics by these troops that just went into battle and did their best. So A Bridge Too Far, really good. As I said, 5 out of 5 on the Rob Vegas movie scale, so I highly recommend you checking it out, tracking it down, and yeah, find out about this forgotten battle. Star-studded cast, absolutely fantastic, and yeah, one of my all-time favorites. Now, if you've seen this, yeah, please leave me a comment below, and yeah, let me know your thoughts on it. I would really be interested to hear that. And yeah, like and subscribe and all that. If you've watched the video this far and you've liked it, yeah, all your thanks are appreciated. If you've watched this video this far and you didn't like it, well, thank you for bearing in with me there and hanging on in for this long. Yeah, like and subscribe, you know the drill, and keep on watching movies and having fun. And of course, stay tuned because I'll be back soon with some more movies and we'll talk about them in another video coming shortly. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, it's raining a bit outside, isn't it?